everyone, welcome back to my channel Sweet Boutique by Aditi, and I am your caking and baking friend Aditi Garware. So I recently started my series of fondant basics and I am super excited to show you how to cover a cake with fondant today, and we are also going to learn some tips and tricks along with it. So, how to cover a cake with fondant? Oh my god, I have received so many queries regarding the same. And I understand there's a fear related to fondant. But don't worry, I am going to simplify it for you and it's just going to be a beautiful ride ahead of you. We are going to cover a frosted cake with fondant. I have frosted my cake with ganache. You can also use buttercream. So let's go and get the cake. So we have a ganache cake over here. Let's start decorating it. I have this beautiful white fondant with me and I have shared the recipe of the homemade fondant with all of you. The link is in the description. So let's start kneading the fondant. So this way you can stretch the fondant and knead it so it becomes soft and pliable. So once the fondant is soft, you can see the stretch of it. So now the fondant is soft and pliable. You can already see it. It's beautiful. And also a small tip from my side. Please cling wrap your fondant or keep your fondant airtight so that you can avoid the sugar crust on it. If there's sugar crust, then the fondant becomes hard. So that's why cling wrap will save you from it. So I am going to just dust my surface, whichever the working surface is, maybe a tabletop or maybe a kitchen platform. Dust it with some corn flour. And I'm just going to take a portion of it. You can eyeball as to how much fondant you require, but that of course comes with practice. So this is a 6-inch cake, so approximately 200 grams of fondant is good enough. So kneading it. So now with a rolling pin, I'm going to roll out the fondant. So you can see the movement of my hands. Because of the corn flour, the fondant will not stick to the surface. So rolling fondant is like building muscles. But I personally feel it's very therapeutic and satisfying. Because you require a lot of strength, the hand strength, but I think you'll be fine with practice. So make sure you roll your fondant even. It should be even from all the sides, the same thickness. Perfect. This looks amazing. So let me show you the thickness of the fondant. So you can see the thickness of the fondant. It's not too thick nor too thin and it's nice and plain. Now, before I put my fondant onto my cake, I am going to apply a little bit of edible glue over my cake so that my fondant sticks. Just a little. So if you don't have edible glue, you can use water, but be very careful because your fondant will become very sticky if you add too much water. Hence my suggestion would be edible glue, but you can try it with water as well. Let me just grab this. Also make sure you set your cake really well so that it's easy for you to use. Putting up on the edges as well. This looks good. Let me keep this aside. Okay. So now I am going to lift my fondant and I'm going to put it up onto the cake. So let me just make a few adjustments so that it's easier for me to handle. Otherwise, your cake is somewhere else and you're putting on the fondant and then it's tearing because it's not accessible. So make sure you have everything ready. So now I'm going to use my left hand and my right hand and gently lift the fondant and put it up gently. Just massage with your hand so that it sticks well. So we have edible glue, so it will help stick the fondant. You can also use a fondant smoother and smoothen it out, either with your hands or a fondant smoother. So let's tuck the fondant in. This way, you can gently see. I'm using very light pressure, very light hands. You can also use a fondant smoother to smoothen the sides out. See, this looks beautiful, isn't it? So we have a neat and tidy cake. That is very important. Now I'm going to use a pizza cutter and just cut the excess fondant. If you don't have a pizza cutter, you can use a regular kitchen knife as well. So you have a beautiful fondant cake ready. You can see how beautifully the fondant has been covered over the cake, and there are no cracks or there are no pleats. So this will definitely come with practice. It's not like a miracle that will happen overnight. You need to be super patient, but with the right techniques, you can achieve really good results. So let's decorate the cake. I will keep this cake aside and let's prepare some decoration. So we have some flowers and butterflies. We also have a silicone mold. So these are called as plunger cutters, and this is a silicone mold. So we can make some leaves out of this. So let's try. So I have some green fondant. Also, you can color your fondant using gel colors or powder colors. You can achieve the color of your choice. So just taking in a little. Let's first make some leaves. So once your fondant is nice and soft, you can insert it into the mold. You can use any silicone mold of your choice. There are so many designs, such beautiful designs. And let's take this out. Can you see this beautiful leaf? Let me keep this aside. Now let's use plunger cutters. So let me see which color should I use. Okay, I'm going to use a blue. Let's knead the blue fondant. Just roll it out. So if it gets sticky, you can just dust it with a little bit of corn flour this way, and your problem will be solved. Now let me use, I really like this, so let's use this one. The flower cutter. So I'm going to put my plunger cutter in and give it a good nudge. Just press this so that the design gets imprinted upon the fondant, and just press this. Can you see this, guys? It's a beautiful flower and a butterfly. This is the plunger cutter of a butterfly. Such a beautiful butterfly. So this way again you have n number of designs and you can make so much out of it. I have some edible pearls over here. So let me add some center to my flowers. So with edible glue, you can just add this. So doesn't this look pretty? So I totally love decorating my cakes with fondant, you know, so much creativity you can use and you can make such beautiful creations. So let's start assembling the cake. I have made some toppers prior so that we save time, and I'm going to show you how to decorate. Yeah, here we go. A paintbrush and some edible glue. And you can just start decorating. So I have made some flowers in different colors. So I can use some leaves as well. You can also add butterflies. So I'll be adding one on the sides. So I'm trying to cover all the sides. So again, I'm just using some leaves and some flowers on the sides to complete my design. And the last accent, so this is your basic fondant cake. We covered it flawlessly with fondant. We added some beautiful decoration and accents, and I am totally loving this floral design. How about you? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Sweet Boutique by Aditi. Do follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well, and I can't wait to share more cake decoration techniques with you. Bye!